Hi everyone. Today's video is on these multi-lane roundabouts. I get sent in loads of clips with people having problems and near misses on roundabouts just like this one. So we're going to delve a little deeper and try and look at a few of the things that cause these problems. First of all, we've got a viewer's clip. My camera is following the signs for Skipton, and as you can see, it's round to the right from this point. It's this small white car to the left, I think it's a Toyota, that we're going to be watching. The Skipton Road is this next one. Our Cammer lost his rear bumper and the Toyota lost the front one. He also had a battle with the insurance companies to clear his name, even though the lady in that little Toyota was clearly in the wrong lane. He was also good enough to send me some more footage of the same roundabout, but from the lane that the white Toyota was in. And it's from this video I'm going to start to point out why people get confused. If we ignore the words and just look at the arrows, you'll sort of understand where I'm coming from. So here, we're obviously heading round to the right hand side. And now I see a straight on arrow. So if I follow the arrows, which way do you think I'm going to go? When in fact the only safe way you can go from this position is down here. The big problem for me though with these type of roundabouts is that they're rarely included on driving tests. And there's a big section of people who won't have experienced things like this. Would it have crossed your mind if you were the driver of this white Toyota that the lane to the left is sliding off? Therefore you should generally be taking the next exit and not continuing further round the roundabout. To do that, you need a further lane to the right. And this is also backed up by reading the words on the road surface and not just looking at the arrows. If you see the word Skipton written on the road in a lane to your right, you cannot go past that Skipton exit, as two lanes are heading off at the next junction. Because people are so bad at roundabouts like this, I honestly don't think that I would have put myself in that same position as the camera did though. Try and think for other people who aren't as good. I'd like to say a massive thanks to my viewer for sending this clip in. He did, as I said in the footage, have a few problems with the insurance. He wanted to make certain that this incident and this collision wasn't on his record, and he did get that sorted in the end. But clips like this are really common. I get sent in loads. So much so, we've got a bunch of them that we're going to look at now, where I'm going to try and piece together a few more things that highlight the issues on these big roundabouts. Here's another example that I've featured on one of my drive and fail compilations. And it's these road markings that I'd like to quickly talk about. The left lane is showing the B4463, which is the first exit, and it should be because B4463 is the first marking that we see and come to. Then comes the A46, which is the final junction that we can take from the left lane. I'm not going to say anything about the markings in the right lane apart from they're incorrect, but what I'd like you to do in the comments is let me know from bottom to top or from nearest to furthest away what order they should be in. Watch this DPD van to the left hand side. Should he go past the A46 turn? Well, no he shouldn't. but he does. And don't get confused with A46 on the road surface. That is for the opposite direction. Here's another good example where someone's trying to proceed further round the roundabout from the left lane, and it's this courser to the left hand side. The learner driver did a great job there. Again, all the clues are here. The A435 south is the only exit that the left lane can go to. But this time it's the red car that's going to try and go further round from the left lane. That was a nice spot from the camera. This camera, however, didn't do as well. Although the white car shouldn't have done that, the camera was way too fast. They had little time to spot the mistake happening. The road markings on this roundabout are literally terrible. I'm not surprised there's problems on here, but it also shows you've got to be aware of people to the right turning left. This one for me is the worst of the bunch. The silver car to the left gets plenty of clues by all the vehicles in the right lane that they're going ahead and he can't turn right, but he still does. Do you have issues with these big multi-lane or spiral or gyratory roundabouts, they're sometimes known as? It's something that I wasn't honestly taught when I learned to drive, maybe 27, 28 years ago. And I don't think driving instructors spend enough time actually teaching pupils how to deal with them. So it is something that is quite problematic in my opinion. Hopefully those extra clips that we've seen towards the latter half of this video have helped a little. There are a few things that we can take from that, even regarding the road markings and where you are in relation to other road markings. It's really important. Try not to just look at the arrows, as we've seen they can be confusing. Just going back to the road markings a second, you can't even trust them because sometimes the people who put the road markings on the road get them wrong. Don't forget to write down in the comments in which order you think those road markings should have been placed in the video. But I hope that's been a help. I hope that reduces risk for a number of people. I know there are going to be a fair number of my viewers and watchers who don't have any issues with roundabouts like that, but there's always little bits that you can pick up from other people. So keep learning, keep thinking of what you're doing, keep trying to be nice, and above all, keep safe. Take care everyone, I'll see you soon.